Hey ladies, this is Mocha Mommy here bringing you another video. And in this video, I wanted to expand upon the ideas of Black women in luxury. I know that many times we see, designer bags and fantastic vacations and really beautiful apartments and furniture, great fragrances and high quality makeup. But I just wanted to expand upon some of the Black women in luxury items that I think we should start to prioritize, because I feel that these luxury items can just take your life to the next level, not just your appearance. So the first thing I suggest is the American Express card. I know I've talked about it before. Afrocentric Woman, who's a content creator I've collaborated with in the past, has talked about it. But I definitely think that that is one luxury item, one financial item that you should strive to have. The card, definitely, the membership fee definitely pays for itself if you travel. But I just definitely think that with all of the uncertainty in airports and with airline travel, all the uncertainty when it comes to things like rental cars and rental car reservations not being respected, I think an American Express concierge can really help you. They're the ones who are going to sit on hold and they're going to advocate for you. They're going to make it a point to leverage the power of their members against any kind of vendor. So understand that you will be treated well and prioritized. Many times I've found myself getting free upgrades when I've had to rent a car. And typically I've never found myself having to wait for things. Like, for example, I had bought some tickets through StubHub and I used my American Express card. They're very, very good with protecting your identity if you shop online. And StubHub now is using a lot more third-party vendors, and there was a problem with the downloading of my tickets. Okay, so forever, like the downloading of the e-ticket that had to be scanned to enter the stadium. And StubHub wanted me to sit on the phone for hours while they figured it out and sit on hold. I called American Express right away. Within 30 minutes, I had tickets, and they were better seats than the ones I had originally purchased. They're going to sit on hold for you. They're going to call all their connections for you. They're going to make sure, and although StubHub has been great to me in the past, I think this is going to be kind of it with me using them. And I think that from now on, I'm just going to go call the American Express concierge service and be like, hey, I need these tickets to these games. And a lot of times too, they'll give you like a Ticketmaster link for priority seating and things. And I know, but Ticketmaster still hasn't been as reliable as I'd like it to be. But I think through the Ballpark app, I think they're associated with MLB's Ballpark app, which is like their version of StubHub. And that's what my tickets were reimbursed through. And, thanks to American Express for that. But, I also have a daughter who's going to be studying abroad, and the exchange rate, excellent. It's going to protect a lot of her baggage, her ticket travel, whether she travels by air, by train. It's just going to be a lot better and safer of an experience for her. And just having an English speaking concierge at your beck and call at all times, if you ever need anything, I just really think that it's going to give us a lot of peace of mind. So I definitely think an American Express card is a very worthy investment. Another luxury item I'm starting to notice more and more in healthcare. You really need good insurance. You need good health insurance. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm starting to notice that I'm part of a larger hospital system, and the hospital systems that are located in the parts of town or in the areas that have a high percentage of uninsured or minimally insured people, they don't have as much access to certain services. So it's not as if there are all these quote unquote bad doctors or racist doctors. Those doctors just don't have access to certain things. They just don't. And it's starting to become more and more like that. Like, healthcare apartheid is very true and it's very real. Make no mistake about it. So many doctors are leaving the system because of that. And there's a huge shortage of doctors. So even the doctors that are there are very overworked and overwhelmed. And the time that they have to assess patients, collect patient histories is becoming less and less. The times that they have to deal with insurance companies or Medicaid's new rules, It's just becoming a lot. Well, I will say this. Cash-based testing will help you quite a bit, especially if you bring it in to a doctor. And also, right now, we have opted for concierge medicine. Okay. And again, it's an expense. It's a luxury. It's an expense. But one thing I've noticed is I get appointments when I want. It's not when they have an appointment for me where I have to take off of work or make a long commute or wait in the waiting room. No, I get seen when I want to get seen. I get seen right away. And we recently had a situation where our youngest daughter, who is an athlete, was injured during a game. And we call now, of course, there's a protocol for this, right? Who you go to, who they want you to see, blah, 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 team trainer, the doctor approved by the school or whatever. No, we went right to concierge medicine, and she immediately sent us to a orthopedist immediately. He took a look at the swelling. He made a follow-up appointment for the next day. He checked her for a break and for a soft tissue injury. Okay. Now, usually you're waiting weeks for MRIs and certain types of imaging. She got it within 3 days. Okay. After the swelling went down within 3 days. He also told her she did end up breaking a bone, which she needed to splint. And he told her to bring her glove in. Okay. Her softball glove. She bought her glove in. He customized the splint to her glove. He customized the splint to her glove. Okay. This is something that I've only heard of professional athletes getting done. He customized the splint to her glove, right? So this way, instead of being out for 6 weeks, she was only out for 3.5 or 4. She wears this glove with the splint and was able to do all the tournaments. And these tournaments is where a lot of your college recruiters are going to be there. Now, while some people are still waiting for an MRI, while some people are still waiting to get seen, waiting for imaging, she got it right away within days and had her glove splinted. So where some people may have been facing a season-ending injury or a career-ending injury, she was able to get back on that field. And that's the benefits of having really good health insurance and doctors with access, because a lot of doctors are being denied access. And the thing about it is, so many of them, family practice, general practice, hospitalists, don't even know the technology even available to them because of where they work. Like there are certain procedures I didn't even know that even existed. There are certain medications that I didn't even know existed until I started working here. Like I didn't even know, you know what I mean? So it's not even like your doctors are stupid. They don't even know to ask because they don't even know this technology is even available. I mean, and that's how deep this is. Like, I mean, I know that we stayed in RV park. That's not too far from MD Anderson in Houston. We stayed there to go to an event. And many of those people who are getting like the really comprehensive experimental cancer drugs or the high-end cutting edge treatment, excuse me, have really good health insurance. They have very good health insurance. So where other people are getting a death sentence or, low-line chemotherapy, these people are getting cutting edge, minimally invasive. It's a whole different world. And medical apartheid is very real. So you want to definitely have good health insurance. And another thing I'm starting to notice more and more, quality food, because even I'm noticing at the Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, places like that, their produce section is getting smaller and smaller, and their prepackaged sections are getting larger and larger. It's just because things are just not as available. And even so, there's just not enough people in like logistics, supply chain logistics that can get the food to the stores. There's not enough people who can stock the shelves. So they need more shelf-stable items. So even in these places that sell healthy food, have a lot more unhealthy options. As far as Whole Foods has mostly packaged foods. It's called Whole Foods, but it has mostly packaged foods now. And it's just because of the realities of labor and supply chain issues. And, it really is showing up even in your high-end grocery stores now. So definitely growing my own food has definitely helped. If I can at least subsidize my family's diet if I can grow 30% of my food for 5% for 5 months out of the year, that's a really big, significant change. And I've noticed how many other people want to do the same. How many people want to be way more self-reliant? How many people want to be way more self-sufficient? And I'm telling you, ladies, this point has definitely crossed the aisle, spanned the aisle of the political spectrum, because people who are super, super, super left-wing, crunchy granola people are just as passionate about it as the conservative, right-wing people who just want to be more self-reliant and don't want the government in their business. So I'm telling you, this being able to be more self-reliant, growing your own food, container gardening, hydroponic systems, all of that stuff, you get involved in the community around it. Get involved in the community around it. Nobody in this community, rarely is the people in this community broke. Really, you're not really reaching a lot of dusty logic if you have people who are paying exorbitant amount of money for house plants and exorbitant amounts of money for gardening consultations. And Jamila Norman, let me tell you something. Jamila Norman has been good for my bottom line. She has been good for my bottom line. Good for my bottom line, because people see this Black woman who's helping people start gardens. And then when I talk about it, oh, can you come in? Blah, blah, blah. Absolutely. Even some of these nurseries have been giving me free products, discounts, things like that for referring people to them. So yeah, ladies, if you have a hobby, monetize it. And good quality food, look into these subscription services, meal prep services, Thrive Market, Misfit, whatever you need to do, a CSA Agriculture in your local area. You ladies really want to make sure that you're getting access to high quality food. Took my dad to a really great farm to table restaurant here in the area. He really enjoyed himself. But ladies, high quality food has to be up there with some of the luxury items. Not just fine dining, but high quality, like fresh produce, locally sourced, organic, nothing, as minimal packaging, minimal processing. You ladies really want to invest in high quality food. So even if you could just start by taking a window box and growing your own tea leaves, start somewhere. But I just really want you ladies to be at your best and have access to the best. So I just want to expand the ideas of Black women in luxury, and don't ever feel ashamed of Black women in luxury. Don't ever be ashamed of it, because what I'm noticing is, you know who else likes luxury? Men. Men like luxury. When I'm seeing what men pay for their socks and shoes, when I'm seeing what men pay for their ergonomic keyboards and office chairs, what they spend in their high-end liquor, what they spend on these cargo shorts or, ergonomic flip-flops in the summer, these are luxury items. These sweat-wicking fabric fiber shirts, like these things that don't need to be ironed, dress shirts that don't need to be ironed. Let me tell you something. Men love luxury too. It's not just women. Men love luxury too. Make no mistake about it. So if you're showing up with your luxury, understand that guy probably enjoys the finer things in life too. He probably enjoys like nicer wallets and better electronics. It just looks a little different. Like, trust me, there are a lot of men who enjoy luxury. So don't sell yourself short, because trust me, there's a luxury men's market too. And believe it or not, it's bigger than ours. Men's luxury goods sell better than women's in many cases. So, because women are bargain shoppers, right? But men's luxury items, they get what they want and they buy what they like, and that's it. But I'm just letting you ladies know that don't be ashamed of Black women in luxury. Always be expanding your mind and expanding that option as to what luxury may mean. It might mean travel. It might mean more free time. It might mean material things. It might mean, fine dining and good experiences. Just don't box it in. But expand it to include things that will protect and provide for you in the future. And I understand we all don't want credit cards. We all don't want things like that that'll be financially bad for us. But at the same time, we all want to be more conscious of our money. But at the same time, I want you to have the very best of things, and I want what's best for you, and to make sure you're investing in your health and in your wealth, and making sure you're protecting your purchases, especially those large scale purchases. Please do that, ladies. You are deserving of that. You're deserving of that luxury. So this is Mocha Mommy, and I'll see you in the next video.